Everything you see here is strictly informational. Forex is a high-risk business. Please do not place trades with more money than what you don't have. Please do not trade other people's money. Do not borrow any money than what you cannot trade with. And please take everything that I say as a personal opinion. I am not considered a financial advisor. I'm not considered a broker. I am just one here simply recording my journey along learning the markets. Hey guys, I got some news. No, I really don't have any news, but I do want to continue with this scalping strategy that I've been doing the last couple days and showing it last couple of videos anyway. Been working again today with Ripple. I've become quite fond of Ripple. If you don't know what Ripple is, you should go to the bathroom, sit down on the toilet, get out your phone, and then Google it, because it'll be a while before you get done reading about Ripple. But it also make never mind, I was going to make a bad toilet joke, but I'm not going to do that right now. Anyways, if you don't know who I am Ted. I do this thing called Bodies and Wicks. What I do is I analyze markets and I share strategies and things like that. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm just here to record what I do, and I hope that it helps you out. So if you like my stuff, there's a subscribe button that you can hit. Didn't know if you know it existed, but it does exist. And there's also a like button that you can press too if you want to do that. There's also a notification bell. There's a couple different things that you can do, to be honest. So either one of those things would be cool. If not, just do it anyway. That'd be cool too. What I want to do is go ahead and head over to the chart, because I want to show you what I did with Ripple in this double RSI strategy. So again, I'll kind of quickly go over the RSI strategy, what it means. So the double RSI strategy is first, know your direction bias, know which direction that you're going to be trading. With Ripple, I want to be looking for a buy. I'm not going to be looking for a sell, because I believe it is going to continue going higher, right? So know your direction of trading. Then also have two RSIs, right? One on top of each other. Have a one that is, if you'd go to the settings, set it to whatever you want. One needs to have the upper band, lower band of 70-30 as normal. Your input needs to be a 16 source closed. Right, your second RSI, put whatever kind of style you want. I like, and make it at 80 and 20 for your 80 for your upper band, 20 for your lower band. Make it a dotted line, make it look different from your other ones. That way you kind of get a sense that there's, two different RSIs going on here. That way they don't both, like, because if you did, honestly, if you did two dashed lines, it looks kind of dumb, I think, anyway. So if you did this, I don't like the RSI like that. You get kind of confused. So I like to make one dotted, the one that's lower, the one that's way oversold and way overbought. I like to make that one dotted. Do that 80-20. Make that one 29 if you would, right? But what that's going to do is that any sudden movements or anything that's going to be a very quick movement to the oversold area, right, it's going to pull itself apart from the other RSI, because what the 16 and the 29 mean, or what these numbers mean, and how many bars they go back, right? So it means the strength and how many bars it is prior to it. So whenever you get, if you're looking for something to buy, right, you want it to be oversold. Now RSIs don't always work like this. They don't always, like, if you were to do a strict just RSI that were oversold and you were to buy and sell every time, it wouldn't work. You have to have a strategy behind it, and that's what I'm trying to develop here, right? So that's why I have two RSIs. One again, 16, 129. Now, when the 16, if I'm looking for a buy, it has to be oversold to be looking for the buy. The 16 does, right? Now, the next part of that strategy is that the difference between the 16 and the 29 needs to at least be 6 or more, right? It needs to at least be 6 or more. The greater the better. Whenever I pulled the trigger on this one, which was right here, the first one, it looks like 9. Actually, it was 10, but it ended up being 9 when I pulled the trigger, because somehow it actually, I don't know, I got a better entry, even though it doesn't look like it. The spread's actually worse on weekdays with Ripple. It's crazy. The spread is about 7 pips, I want to say 6, 7, or 8 pips. I want to say over the weekend it was like 6.3. During the week it's like 8. It was insane. All right, so you got that part, and then so once it becomes oversold, you do have those two. You know your trading bias. You know you're gonna buy. Also, it needs to be crossing. You need to have 2 MAs as well. Your moving averages, right? So I have a moving average of 200. I have a moving average of 50. Once it crosses both of those, both of those moving averages, then it gets oversold. After it crosses the moving averages, difference between 10, pull the trigger. That's when I say pull the trigger. Now, part of what I'm also developing is knowing where your other moving averages are. That's another part of the strategy that, and some of this, there's another reason why I want to go over this video, is because there was a reason why I didn't pull a trigger on a third one. So pull the trigger on this one, right? Got above it. I got 7 pips. I got 10 pips before it dropped down a little bit. I took some profit at around 7. It started dropping again. Once it dropped below where I was, I saw that it wasn't oversold, but as I said in the previous video, I said divergence is your friend, right? So I could see the divergence happening, and you can see it clearly happening right here, to where I wish sometimes that just it's annoying that gets in my way. You could see the divergence from this being oversold to just being undersold, or just a little bit above oversold. But it also went lower. So that is what is divergence, right? The difference between the price and the actual strength. The price is a lot less and the strength is a little bit more. From the previous round, then that's the divergence. If you don't know what divergence is, so I pulled the trigger again. I got in a little bit better position. Both of those times I aimed for the high, and I got the high. Actually, I aimed a little bit higher, to be honest. I want to say I went back, and what I did is I pulled the fib from here. Well, if it would do this, I pulled the fib from here to the most recent high. I think it was this one right here. Hopefully it'll let me do it. Or no, actually I think it was still left. Yeah, it was still left on this one for some reason. I think that's where I had left it, and when I was still looking at it. And so I was actually shooting for that high. But the last minute I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go with the most recent high. And I actually switched the take profit. Probably when it was about halfway, I switched the take profit to the most recent high, because I wasn't for sure if it would get to the high. I'm kind of glad I did that, because it didn't. So I know it was only a couple pips less that I missed. And then right after that, it just started diving, right? It just took a big dive. Ripple did, and the thing is that I did my thing before, where I marked out all the different moving averages, and so I have them all marked out here. Let me get rid of this Fibonacci here. even though it did stop at the 618. I'll get to that part in just a second, but yeah, so you can see I had the almost the 3-hour 50 MA, the 30-minute 200, the 2-hour 50, the 4-hour 50 is also the 1-hour 200, the 1-hour 50 is also the 15 200. 30-minute 50 and the 15 50 both came out to be about the same. The reason I didn't pull the trigger on this one, even though it became oversold, well, for one reason, the RSIs, I don't think they were about 6 apart. I really don't, if I'm not mistaken. No, there was 5. Yeah. Well, yeah, this one became 8. But when it first started diving, I think I was like, okay, it's only 5. It became 8, but at the same time it became 8, it got below this 4-hour 50 MA. Now, instinctively, I should have thought it's going to retest that and move upwards. But my other thought was, what if it stays below it and it closes, right? If it stays below it and it closes, I'm screwed, because then it could come back up, a retest, and then continue dropping downward. So I did not jump in this one. Even though now looking at it, I probably should have. Because if I would have jumped in, even though it would have been an 8 pip difference, and I probably wouldn't have got the bet. I think I probably would have jumped in here. Geez, sometimes I hate this thing, especially when it's like the magnet of all magnets. Let's say I would have jumped in right here, something like that, 8 pip difference. I probably would have got an entry of there, right? So just above the 50, or that green line is probably where I would have got an entrance. As far as the actual, of the spread is concerned, my entry probably would have been down here, because I was paying attention to it. I had my thumb ready to go to hit, as I was watching it fall. And I didn't do it because I saw it fall below that green line. And the thing about Ripple and the thing about cryptos that I've noticed is that they're not like, I'm a Forex trader first and foremost, so Forex will move. It moves, and it's always moving, right? Crypto is like a creeper. It just creeps. But when it does move, it moves like crazy, and moves really, really fast. Forex doesn't really do that. It's so, but that's also the good thing about crypto, because you have time to react. You have time to sit and think, okay, can I sit and do this right now, before it takes another jump, or you actually have time to process it somewhat. You have more time to process what is happening in crypto than versus what you do in Forex. So I'm starting to turn more toward the crypto side, especially Ripple. I like Ripple. It's what I have been trading. I've traded Bitcoin a little bit here and there, Litecoin, a little, Ethereum, but for some reason I like Ripple. It's just, it's what I like trading. Everybody has their preferences. If you're into Forex, some people like trading, the Japanese pairs. Some people like trading the British pound pairs. I like looking at Ripple. Now, that being said, I think I still, I still have it open right now, just in case it does drop again, so I can jump in and Ripple. But I think I'm also in. No, that's right. I was in ZTrade, or ZeCash. That's right. That's what it was. I was, and I may still have it marked out for you. Let me see here. It is not marked out. I don't know why, but it is not marked out. But I will put in the where I was and I just recently got out of it. That's another reason why I got out of it. I hate how this thing just like sometimes doesn't. Here, I'm just gonna throw it in here somewhere, because it was somewhere in through here. I know that, and I'll just put in the numbers. So it was 77, no, 70, 78.12. Profit, I forget. 78, 79, 79.1. And then my stop, 75.8. So I put quite a bit of stop on it only because I did the same thing. You know, I looked at a bunch of different. Well, for one, this was actually my deciding factor right here, was this. That little resistance area there. So that was pretty much my deciding factor. You know, I got, you know, a couple pips out of it, about 10, somewhere around there. But you know, I just tried to try it out. Evidently, ZeCash is definitely not for me. I like Ripple a lot better, even though I did get something out of it. You know, with this strategy, because where I got in was right there. Right, so that's when I got the notification that it was being oversold. So I had the notification. As soon as I saw it was being oversold, I jumped in. And then this was the spread for ZeCash. It was somewhere. It was a pretty hefty spread, but I just held on to it, and it kept going up and down and up and down and up and down, and eventually it got me enough to where I was like, okay, I'm done. And that was just right before I started this video. So anyways, that was my ZeCash experience. But back to Ripple at hand. Again, still fleshing this out, but you know, and again, I think maybe one of the reasons that this is working so well is that because of the position that Ripple is in. If we do look at a 4-hour chart of it, you can see it's basically it's if it was in, like, if you know anything, you know, about like Elliott wave or anything like that, it looks like it's on a pullback, and we just got done with the pullback, and it's on its first leg up to make a larger move up. So that could be one of the reasons why this is working out so well, is because this is on like that you know, ABC, and then on the first leg of the one of an Elliott wave theory type thing, because it didn't do a pullback. I mean, if you're doing this from, like, you know, looking at this from like a whole wave point of view, going all the way back to let's see here. Jesus, this is March. I didn't realize it was all the way pulled back down here. And of course, you can't get the magnet thing just to go there, can you? Just gotta give you trouble. So it looks like it did almost pull back to the 382 level, which would be a shallow retracement. So a shallow retracement usually means a good full force move onward. Since it did just dip to that shallow retracement level, this could be one of the reasons why that you know, Ripple is buying, and it's working out well on these little dips that I'm getting. And you know, I'm getting these good you know, 20-30 pip moves you know, every time that it is dipping. Not 5 seconds, 5 minutes. Jeez. So if we want to look at the pips that I did grab, let's see here, 36, 28. So 36 and 28, not too bad. And plus, you know, since I do know this is working, I decided not to use the .01 lot size. I decided to use something a little bit bigger. That's probably why I'm not going to be sharing that with you. You know, it's kind of like asking somebody how much money they make. Yeah, well, let's just say it was enough to make me happy. But you know, I was taking profits, you know, along the way. Yeah, I kind of wish I would have held on to it throughout the entire time, but you know, I have a certain strategy that I do. You know, within so many pips, I'll usually take out about half, right, and then I'll get a little bit more, and then I'll take half of that, and then I'll leave the rest to go, just so I can, you know, cover enough in case it does go against me. But I always try to put my stop loss to even as soon as I reach about. I like to, you know, if I'm going for like a really long one, you know, really long trade, 30 pips is when I usually like to put it at break even. These I'm not even going for 30 pips, or I'm getting around 30 pips, so it's getting to the point where I'm allowing it to go back down into, you know, the entry level. So I'm not getting stopped out, because that's what happened with this one. You know, it did come outside and then it went back into my entry level. I went back negative, but at the same time, it was a blessing in disguise, because I jumped in it and it gave me a better position and I rode it up. So, and you know, like I said last time, you know, divergence is your friend. So I was hoping for that to happen again with this one, and I'm still hoping for it to happen. That maybe we'll see another drop pretty soon, and then we'll see another tick up after that. But you know, so far, it's not really made. I mean, I guess this had been the lowest low that it has made, but then again, it's still on these support levels. It's still above this. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what I just did. You know, it's still above the 4-hour 50 MA, so that is a good sign. If it was below it, then that would be a bad sign. You know, you can see all these are definitely some resistance levels on its way up. You know, hit the resistance here, you know, where this 50 MA is now, broke above it, came back down. Now we're probably at the support level, and now we're moving up. So even though I was hitting these on the way up, I still think that you know, there was still some resistance above. Broke above. This was happening. When was this? This is probably Sunday. I really wasn't doing too much on Sunday, so I wish I was paying attention, because I probably would have caught that one there. But I think what I was doing is I was doing other videos on, you know, the weekly outlook and things like that, and checking out, you know, an S&P and NASDAQ and whatnot. But I think I'm going to be paying attention to this a little bit more. But anyways, that is my update on the double RSI strategy. Working great for me on Ripple. If you get the chance, check it out. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Please don't sue me if you lose a lot of money. It's not my fault. Don't go take other people's money and play with it. Only be a smart, you know, strategic trader if you're gonna be a trader. You know, I'm not a broker. I'm not anything like that. I'm just somebody who, you know, comes up with ideas, and I throw them out here on the internet. So if you're gonna take my idea to heart, make sure that you know the responsibilities that come behind that, right? I'm not telling you what to do, you know, with your money. I'm just trying to give you advice as from one trader to another. I'm trying to tell you what has helped me, and I'm letting you know that, hoping that maybe it can help you too. Okay. That would be my due diligence of being a smart citizen of the United States of America. God bless our homeland. Anyways, that is all I have for you. Sorry if the lighting is weird. It's kind of a weird time of the night, and I'm not a professional videographer. I don't have like all these awesome cameras, and I'm not in Hollywood. I'm just a dude with a freaking computer, all right? Anyways, that's my video. so that's all I have. If you guys have some comments or anything you guys want me to check out, let me know. Again, there's that subscribe button that I was telling you about that I figured out how to put it on this video thing, so I like throwing it on here because it makes me look flashy, like I know what I'm doing. But again, cool double RSI strategy for scalping. You know, just for scalping. You know, it's a good scalping strategy. You know, it could be a good position strategy. I could be leaving these, you know, these positions in, to be honest, and, you know, just watching a Ripple ride, you know, if I wanted to do that. But I'm just doing it for scalping. If you want to use it for, you know, position trading, you can probably do that too. You know, I just throwing out my ideas. Anyways, that's all I got, guys. Thanks a lot for stopping by and watching. As always, you know, be safe and be smart out there. Peace.